Evening, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. It's your man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, as you know, last weekend was the Arizona Pro, and it held the Wings of Strength Rise in Phoenix, and it was the World Championship for female bodybuilding. As you know, if you're a fan of female bodybuilding, there's at least one more show after that, and that's in November. I'll talk about that show when it's about time, but I'm gonna talk about this event coming up at the Olympia weekend. You know, the Olympia is one of the biggest events for bodybuilding in the IFBB, and it's a combination. It's a combination of several of, you know, of just different sets of IBB pros, like especially the men. You have men's bodybuilding. I think you also have men's physique. You have figure fitness and bikini and women's physique. But if you are a fan of female bodybuilding, you know that the Olympia does not carry female bodybuilding anymore. And that to me is, very sad and disappointing that, that the sport was stabbed women's bodybuilding in the back. But the old weekends is called, is a big event, and some women who are female bodybuilders still come and they, support, the sport. Sometimes we support the women. But this this event here is Power and Grace, and it's an event sponsored by Wings of Strength, and it's a meet and greet with several former Miss Olympias like Corey Everson, Carla Dunlap, Rachel McLeish, Linda Murray, Iris Kyle, Yexenia Keene. I mean, the list goes on and on. Most people know that Corey was the first champion to have a record with six wins. Then it was broken by Linda Murray with 8, and then Iris Kyle broke that record with 10. But there's still several ladies that you get to meet and greet. But also part of this is Expo setup is a Expo posing show, which was presented, was created from after at the Rise of Phoenix. 5 female FBBs will be posing that be, and for opportunity to see real female bodybuilders at the O. Other than maybe just meet them or whatever else, or see them or say make a greet, but you will see real female bodybuilders performing the at the old weekend. But it's a part of an expo called, which is the Power and Grace, and the ladies will be Janine Lukowski, Nikki Chartrand, Christina Mendoza, Mona Purcell, and I think I'm trying to remember. I forgot to bring my list, but I know it's 5 ladies that will be representing female bodybuilding at the old weekend. And that's a great thing. If you're a real fan of female bodybuilding, I would suggest, if you have the time, the money, to go to Las Vegas. That's where it's at. The event will be 2 p.m. that Friday the 13th. Like earlier, I had another video where I talk about Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Like, it's always been considered as a superstitious day in around the world. But I would say, if you have the money and the time and you are a true fan of female bodybuilding, go check out the expo, go see the ladies, support them, show that there are still people who love the sport of female bodybuilding, and maybe next year, the IFBB will decide to bring back, the real Miss O back to the Olympia weekend. But like I said, one thing that I think Wings Strength really need is more promoters who want to put their money behind female bodybuilding. And that was the one thing that really was the decision why the IFBB dropped women's bodybuilding from the organization, because of saying there was not enough money, not enough promoters. And I think some promoters should take a chance, put your money behind these ladies. I mean, if you feel that you love this sport and you want to see it thrive, then that's what it needs. It needs support from not just the fans, but also from advertisers. And maybe even reach out to somebody at the IFBB and say, hey, let them come back on stage. Bring back Miss Ho. It has a great history. But also, I got a suggestion to the Wings of Strength. You're doing Expo, especially remembering Miss O. I would say do the same thing for the Arnold Classic. That's coming up next month. The Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic is the biggest show. It's the second biggest show, for bodybuilding. And I think they should do a remembrance of Miss International. I think you can get Laura Craval, Xenia O'Keene, Vicky Gates, Iris Kyle. There's a good number of ladies that are former Miss Eyes that will represent the bodybuilding just as well as Miss Olympia does. And I think the Wing Strength should do like maybe a Power and Grace too. And I think you can find several female bodybuilders who wouldn't mind taking the opportunity to represent, and come out. You can get the winners from the shows of this year's shows, or a couple of second runner-ups. Anybody. I mean, just a face to be there to represent female bodybuilding. To get that possibility of bringing back FBBing back to the stage. But like I said, if you get, like I said, I want heavy promote this thing. And I would suggest that if guys, if you're like if you're a schmo, which is a term we call guys who are fans of female bodybuilding. If you get the money, you get the time, go out this weekend. I mean, hey, tell your boss, hey, I got some days, and and you got a few bucks, and save to the side, get a plane, get a train, go to Vegas. Just support the ladies. Say, hey, I'm here. Meet and greet. Shake hands. Tell them you're a fan. Let them know that, hey, I admired you for many years. I admire what you do, and and you have real strong commitment to this sport, and you should be respected and honored. That's just me talking as a smo. Anyway, it's your man George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'm out.